All right, thank you, Vaughn. Summertime means lots of grilling outside, 4th of July fireworks, and going away on vacation. But one risk that all of those activities have in common is the potential for fire. Now, you can have plenty of fun this summer without having things go up in flames, but you do have to keep some safety tips in mind. So joining me now is Fire Chief Aubrey Jenkins with the Columbia Richland Fire Department. Thank you so much for being here with me today.
My pleasure.
Glad to have you on. So talk to us a little bit about some of these safety tips that people can take while they're grilling, because we know things can go wrong.
Well, you know, hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken, and all that good stuff, it tastes good, but, you know, things can go wrong. And so we just encourage people, first of all, to make sure you're not grilling next to the house. Make sure that you keep children and pets away from the grills. Make sure that you, if you're using propane gas, make sure that all your fittings are tight before you even fire it up. You just want to make sure that. And even one mistake people make is when they're using a gas grill, they'll keep the lid closed while they're lighting it. Want to make sure that lid is open.
Okay. And you know, with July coming up, that's actually the month where we see the peak amount of fire grills that happen because of fires. You know, let me say that again. We see the most amount of fires happen because of people grilling. People love to get outside. And that is from the National Fire Protection Association. So talk about some of the signs that people can be on the lookout for while they're grilling that could present danger.
Well, you know, one mistake people make also that starts fire is they would grill on dry grass or on straw. And, you know, those things catch on fire pretty quick. Another mistake people make is they would grill on a deck. You don't ever want to deal on a deck because anything can happen, especially when you're using any type of grease or you're frying food with grease on a grill.
Absolutely. And I know that cleaning them is very much a part of it too. That could lead to fires as well. So talk about what you should do when it comes to cleaning them.
Well, you should always clean your grill before you use it, you know, because especially when you're breaking it out from you know, the beginning of the season, make sure you're cleaning all that stuff out because it's got all kind of particles in there and you just want to make sure you clean it out.
Absolutely. And we know 4th of July is going to be right around the corner now. People love to set off fireworks, do it themselves. So what are some things people should keep in mind if they do plan to set off fireworks on their own?
Well, the first thing I tell people is, you know, the safest place to watch fireworks is an established fireworks show. However, if you're going to do it yourself, just make sure you follow the same rules. Don't shoot fireworks near a house because, you know, in those bottle rockets, they give you a fit because they go up, they come down, they lay on top of your roof. You got straw on your roof, they can catch your roof on fire. And make sure you're not throwing fireworks at one another. Don't light them while you got them in your hand. And those sparklers, those things can get pretty hot, and a lot of people go to the hospital for burns because of sparklers. So you got to make sure that you're using those things properly as well.
Definitely. And you just briefly touched on it, but talk about some of the very serious and real consequences that can come, you know, if you don't take these proper precautions.
Well, you know, years ago when I was coming up, we used to have these little rockets, and we shoot them at one another. Don't do that. You know, we were just teenagers, but you don't want to do that because you can suffer some serious burns for that. And kids should not be handling fireworks at all. It should always be the adults shooting fireworks off.
Definitely. And with summer, so many people go on vacations, they go away from home, and the last thing you want is to come home and not have a home anymore because it went up in flames. What are some things people should do before they leave for vacation?
Well, you know, one thing people can't do is manage other people's habits. So, you know, if your neighbor's gonna be shooting off fireworks, you know, one thing they can do is just make sure that they don't have any straw in their house or anything like that. But you know, a lot of times it may not come from your yard. It may come from somebody's yard. Them things go up in the air, they come down. You don't know where they're gonna rest at. They can still be burning. So sometimes you can't help other people's habits. You just gotta make sure you protect yourself.
Definitely. And when it comes to people leaving on vacation, you know, are there certain things they should unplug or precautions they should take to make sure that their homes are safe?
Well, you know, you don't want to have any kind of appliances running when you leave home. It's okay to leave things plugged up as long as they're not running. Just make sure everything is secure. Make sure your stove is off. Just take all this precaution, you know, because you don't want to leave anything running.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for all of those tips. You know, when it comes to grilling, firework safety, leaving home for vacation, all stuff that's really important out there. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and thank you so much. Stick with us, and we'll have more Midday coming up after the break.